I used to wonder how an application like Facebook or YouTube or even Netflix can be able to suggest like the content that you can watch, the videos that you can watch, something like that. And even when you go to Facebook, like some of the people whom you can friend request, I think most of you've seen that. And sometimes they normally suggest these applications normally suggest people whom you are either they are close to you, maybe you've met somewhere, maybe like in high school or maybe a workplace, something like that. Some of the organizations that you worked with. So that's something that used to make me wonder a lot of how a computer machine can be able to do that. But when I came across Python, I started learning about Python programming language. I realized of this stuff we call data science, machine learning, and deep learning to make the whole thing of artificial intelligence. So this base our today's topic on machine learning, and I want to show you a simple project that I did back in the days when I was learning this machine learning thing and data science stuff, because I always tell you that the best way you can keep on learning this stuff or gaining these skills is to engage yourselves in projects. But before we do that, this is our channel, this is our YouTube channel, this is Codestar Technologies, and we have got also online learning platform here called Codestar, where you can enroll for some of these courses you normally hear me talking about: web development, all this kind of stuff, machine learning, data science. We offer those kind of stuff. The reasons why I started this platform, it's to offer skill based, not like theoretical stuff that you normally do in colleges and universities. So consider subscribing to our channel if it's your first time to be here, and for the guys who have done that, I do appreciate a lot. So let's get back and see one of the projects that I did here. It is a project that can be able to predict like or to show, to suggest like which is the best content that you're supposed to watch. And you know that if you want to understand much about machine learning, first of all, I would like to define what it is. It's just a computer algorithm that can be able to learn and even improve or gain more experience based on the kind of data that you keep on feeding it. Similarly to how human beings are. You know that we as human beings, we learn. Like for example, when someone tells you when you go to school you learn all those kind of stuff, you gain more knowledge and you can be able to make more intelligent decision based on that. So similarly to a computer machine or a computer system can be able to do that. And now here I had a simple, you can see they just I always tell you that I always keep on telling that Python is one of the easiest programming language. Just a few lines of code and you are good to go. It's not like other programming languages like Java and all that kind of stuff. You have to write like almost, I don't know, hundred thousands of lines of code to do a certain stuff. So as you can see, this is the system. Then I can say just the program, and here we have got our data, which is in form of age, and we have got gender. Zero means male, zero not male, it's zero for female and one for male. Then we have got some categories of we normally group videos in certain categories. We have cartoons, we have got music, news, and so those kind of adventures and all that kind of stuff. So now you can see our program is not using like if statements. If you are told maybe as a beginner, maybe from university or college, maybe the only thing that you can be able to make decision is based on if statements and all those kind of stuff. But now in this case, the machine is going to learn from the data, and here we normally use these kind of algorithms. And with Python, we have got open source modules that are out there which you can use. Pandas being one of them, which can be able to make you interact with the data. As you can see, this is our data, obis.csv, which is our file here. This is the data that we have. So the data, we are going to feed it to the machine, and then put aside this Jena thing, then do the data training using one of the modules called scikit-learn. We have got on sklearn, we have got an algorithm. Remember, we have got so many machine learning algorithms. We have got decision tree, we have got random forest, we have got k-means, we have got linear regressions, which can be used in different ways. So you can do like 2 3 something like that and become an expert in that area. Ukiiva vizuri, it is going to open opportunities for you. So that is it, and here you can see we have done our modeling and we are doing the prediction here. So what we are predicting is we are predicting a 22-year-old male, what type of categories of content that they kind of might need to watch. So we need to run our system, that is F5, and F5 is going to help us to execute our system. So when you're running a machine learning or data science stuff, it means like your machine needs to be to have huge RAM, if I can say, like most probably, if I can say 8 GB, something like that. Though mine it's not 8 GB. You can try sometimes to have 4 and above, if I can say. So as you can see here, it has predicted that a 22-year-old male, you can see this is what we have as male, and here we don't have 22-year-old. We know definitely it will lie between 18 and 20. No, it is between 21 and 24. So probably a 22-year-old, they will love music, and that's why that's what our system has displayed here. So as you can see, that's it. So it means our system is correct, and that one is good. So assuming if you have got thousands of records, thousands of users whom you want to predict all this kind of stuff, you can do that. Like for example, I can put like a list of number of people. Like for example, apart from this one, I can use like what? Let me say 33, something like that. 33-year-old male, a 10-year-old female, and a 27-year-old female also. And as you can see, these years are not included on this. So it means what the program is doing, it's learning for the data that we have, and it can be able to suggest which is the best choice for these people. So let me run, and as you can see, because it has learned from that, it's supposed to display easily and fast. So within just seconds, instead of like a human being, if you are told maybe to do that kind of work, you are supposed either to put this one aside like that, then you keep on scrolling all the way to check, like if it's 1,000 record, you have to go. So that one can take you like to check for one person, it's supposed to take you more than either 10 minutes, something like that. But with this one, it's kind of very fast to do that and to suggest. So basically, I think maybe if you didn't know anything to do with machine learning, now you understand what machine learning is. It's just an algorithm, a computer algorithm that can be able to learn and improve itself as you keep on feeding or giving it more data. It will keep on learning. And now, once you do this, maybe you wonder how you integrate it with your web application. Maybe for example, for the guys who have a web application background on not Django but or Flask, but only in PHP, maybe you've been using that PHP, you can also integrate it. You remember we have got what we refer to as APIs, so you just need to host your machine learning. You can see here we have got how you can host a setup of Python application. Then you can make it able to communicate with your other system through the use of APIs and so forth. Remember, you just need the knowledge about JSON and all that to get to understand how these two applications can be able to exchange data, such that if you have got just a web form where you feed some data, and the system can be able to send that data to the Python application, then it's going to do the thing of learning and coming up with a decision and send it back to the PHP application. Or maybe if you have got knowledge about Django or Flask, these are nice things that you can also do. So I'm not suggesting that you are supposed to do either Django or Flask so that you can be able to implement this one. Still, with other knowledge, whether Node.js or PHP, you can be able to consume this kind of stuff very well. So that is it, and I would like to share with you some of the projects that maybe you can work on as a youth. But before that, maybe if you need to learn all this kind of stuff, you can visit our platform, that is codestar.co.ke, and enroll for these courses, because we are offering this kind of stuff so that you can be able to do them. And we definitely make sure that you complete one project that you can keep, it can make you now progress to other areas and get to understand how you can implement this kind of stuff. Now, some of the projects that you can work on them, because I kind of like sharing the ideas on some of the projects that you can work on. Like here in Kenya, we have got financial institutions. They are facing a lot of fraud and all those kind of stuff, and you can be able to, like, you can imagine someone can pick an ID of someone who died long time ago. They go register a SIM card, go and borrow maybe loans and so forth, and there is nothing is going to be done. At the end of the day, those companies who are lending money, they will keep on stuck, or they will stuck on those debts, um, because they don't know, or they don't have some good features of platform that can be able to kind of detect these kind of things early in advance. So you can build a simple machine learning stuff that can be able to check maybe like CRB data, or the history of a person based on it can do the search even on social media and so forth. There is something like web scraping and all that. You can do all those kind of stuff, and now you get to learn more about a person. And before you issue loans and so forth, even on banks, this one is happening. So this is a nice thing that it can help maybe those circles. You just need to start with a small feature, like for example, to predict which is the best loan for a client based on maybe what they have saved, their CRB record, maybe the jobs that they are working. Those are some of the things that you need to have, and you can get these kind of data sets that you can play with on. There is a site called Kaggle, like sorry, Kaggle, which is the best site that you can. I think it's Kaggle. It's supposed to be double G. Yeah, this one. You can download a lot of data sets. There is also Africa dataset, something like that. I think there is a site called, is it Africa dataset, which you can get um, Africa dataset. Is it dataset? Let me just search like that so that I can see. I think it's this one, maybe, if I'm not wrong. This is another one. There is African data here, which you can also use. There is a lot. No, I think it's not this one. It's supposed to be Africa data, this one, something like that. So you will get a lot of data which you can start working with, playing with, get to learn more, and at the end of the day, you can start engaging those institutions, and you might get shocked. They might call you and give you a job, and you start making money. We also have how do we call it? There is this CUSIPs, the organization that normally does the placement to university. As you know that sometimes you are you allocated some of the courses which you feel like, okay, this was not my choice. It's not the best for me and all that. But you can imagine right now we have got the CBC, which means like we will be able to get information or records from PP1 all the way to Form 6. So with that, you can be able to predict which is the best course for a student based on how they have been performing from different levels, from the PP1 all the way to, and you can decide which is the best course for that kid. Instead of just doing it randomly, just a few people who are out there, they sit down and decide who is the best for which course and all those kind of stuff. So that is another project that you can start. There is also things to do with KRA. Like most of the KRA, they don't have a mechanism of how they can get to understand. Like you normally see some kind of people, they don't pay taxes, and sometimes which is the best time? I don't know the best term which is normally used on failing to pay taxes. Maybe unahepa in simple terms. So you realize that you can do a system that can be able to track or trace. Like for example, if someone has gone to buy something like a land or that, it can be able to trace all this kind of stuff, even money laundering. Like for example, in Kenya we normally face corruption and all that. So you can build a certain tool which can be able to trace who are these people whom they maybe they steal public money, where they are taking the money. Because at the end of the day, someone will steal public money, they will either take it to the bank. If it is not to the bank, they will purchase an asset, and if it's an asset, they have to register that asset to the government, so that needs to be done, it's owned by that person. So in that case, you can do like a KRA tool. We have got a tool for money laundering and so forth. You can trace all those kind of stuff. You also have got land grabbers and all those kind of stuff. I think it's yesterday, maybe yesterday, when the president launched this system about lands and all that. So you can add more features on it, and you share the ideas with them. And it's good to visit those organizations. You tell them, I have this idea, I've been working on this project, and you might see maybe things can work out. Things are not going to be nice when you are just sitting there and waiting for them to work out for you. So you need to do something. You just need to wake up and go and check what you can do about it. There is also this organization like HR organization, which normally looks for jobs for Kenyans. And the best thing I can say is that you can look for a tool, or you can build a machine learning feature that can be able, in case maybe when they put a job out there, many people normally apply, and once they apply, you need to kind of select who are the best candidates for these positions, job position. So you need to make a tool that can be able to go through the CV, learn more about what the candidate have, the experience and all that, and at the end of the day decide who are the best candidates, so that they can be called for an interview, instead of calling 100 people and you expect to interview all of them within either 1 day or 2 days. It is not possible, because it means maybe you are going to interview each individual for 1 or 2 minutes, something like that, and that is not enough. It is not fair enough to do that. So yeah, that is one of another areas that you can also specialize on. We have got also courts. A lot of cases are lagging behind and all that. You can create a simple system which can kind of can flag some of the cases that have been on the courts for many years, so that kind of government can make a follow-up to check whether there is someone who is making these cases lag behind or be postponed all the time. Yeah, and kind of check all those kind of stuff. I remember the other day I was checking news. I happened to see one of a lady who died 2004. I think it comes from Machakos County, where I come from. I don't know whether it's the border between Machakos and something, Makueni. So he was buried at he died 2004, and he was buried, I think, this that is April 2021. So like 20 we have got almost 17 years of death. You can imagine, because of the court cases of lands and so those kind of stuff. So these are some of the things that we need to have a system that can be able to flag out and kind of make up matters that needs urgency and this kind of stuff, so that at least justice cannot be delayed in that case. Then yeah, those are some of the areas that you can check: loans, lending companies, interviews, COSIPs, KRA, all those kind of stuff, and there are many more. So feel free to share with us some of the things that you can, some of the projects that you feel they can help. And maybe if you want to learn about it, as I said, check on these platform hours, just register, and we'll be able to get back to you, take you through the Python basics. Then we get deeper to the machine learning modules. You get to understand much about them and how now you can apply them. If you need to host them, we'll show you how you can be able to host them and make them communicate with other application maybe that you have. So that is it, and I think this is the best platform that you can use to kind of move with the people to the next level of technology where it's heading to. So make a date with us, check what we are offering, talk to us, share with us on the comments, and join us to move the IT industry to the next level. That is the Kenya IT industry to the next level. We don't want to wait until guys from other countries to come here and kind of start doing this kind of stuff for us. And as I can tell you, We have got few Python programmers here in Kenya, very few, because universities normally focus more on just C, C plus, Pascal, I don't know what, blah blah blah, something that it's not helping. I'm not saying it's not helping, because C, it's just give you the base of the foundation of programming, but other programmings that you normally learn there, yes, they are good, because we have got a number of I normally see a lot of Visual Basic developers here in Kenya, or maybe C sharp and all that. We have got a number of them. Maybe it's because I think this one is covered in universities and colleges most. But when you go to stuff like Python and all that, you have to learn. You have to become self-taught in that area. Even when you talk of web development like PHP, MySQL, and all that, when you go to universities, it's very shallow. College is not totally done like completely. It's just HTML and CSS, not even CSS. It's just purely HTML for those guys who are doing and diploma in NEC. That is what you just gain from doing that 3 year or 4 year course. There is nothing much you can talk about it. But if you kind of take a skill-based course, a short course, it can help you now kind of put your skill sets get together, so that when you come out here, at least you can get to understand what the employers are looking for and learn a lot. So if you maybe you might need to talk to me, just click to this chat and talk to me directly. I'll be able to get back to you again. You can also check some of the videos that we have here. We have got live chat, e-commerce, and there is a multi-vendor e-commerce video which is coming very soon. It's only delayed because I want to integrate it with the Lipa na M-Pesa, so that you can be able to show you everything. But the M-Pesa, it's kind of not working for the last like 1 week, something like that. So we will check on that. So stay tuned until you get that video, and we will be able to share even the source code, so that even everyone can have a platform to start. At least you have a project that you can build, maybe start selling, or maybe you can host it and start looking for clients. Like you can imagine if having an online store and sell that online store to someone, maybe like those guys they are doing business. You just sell to them like 1,000, even if it's a year, and you collect from 10 people, that is 10,000. And just maybe your domain name, it is going to cost you like around 1,000 to host that system. And the business, as it grows and bigger, now you can advance, start using VPS and all those kind of stuff, deploying the machine algorithm that can be able to suggest which are the best products of the clients who come to your e-commerce and all those kind of stuff. So yeah, I think maybe our today's video has been fruitful to you. You've learned something, so don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you've not done that. Give our videos thumbs up. Check all the other videos, like we have got the Lipa na M-Pesa, we have got SMS APIs, we have got video calls, we have got USSD APIs. For those guys who are doing diploma certificate, we have got AutoCAD, as you can see, Excel formulas, we have got even QuickBooks and all those kind of stuff. So you just need to stay on this channel until you learn all this stuff together with me. As you can see, even CorelDRAW, that is on the graphic side and all that stuff. So yeah, this is the channel for you, and just be a nice guy and copy one of the links, share them on your social media, so that other people can get to know about this channel. I know you have got a lot of connection to guys who are looking this type of content, so make sure you do that. Share the link to as many people as you can, tell them to subscribe and like our video. Thanks, and see you on the next one.